Welcome to AI and Cloud Weekly, the show helping enterprises navigate the future of artificial intelligence and cloud computing. I'm your host, and this is your weekly briefing on the biggest AI stories shaping the enterprise world.
Coming up on today's broadcast, we're diving into the rapid standardization of Agentic AI, major multimodal breakthroughs, urgent cloud security updates, the economic impact of falling compute costs, our strategic future outlook, and finally, your executive action plan.
Section 1. Agentic AI and the MCP standard. Our top story this week focuses on the absolute explosion of Agentic AI. We are officially moving past isolated models and rapidly standardizing on the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Think of MCP as the universal USB cable for artificial intelligence. Previously, your developers had to build custom wrapper code and manage complex integrations for every single API. What happened this week fundamentally changes that architecture. SarVem has transformed its entire platform into an MCP server, meaning coding assistants can now natively access its tools using simple, natural commands. Google Cloud just launched a Looker-managed MCP server in preview, which securely connects AI agents directly to your enterprise analytics without middleware. And AWS? They've introduced OAuth support for their MCP server, allowing agents to authenticate using standard IAM credentials. For the enterprise, this means seamless interoperability, and it's happening at lightning speed. Now, distinct enterprise deployment strategies are already emerging for these autonomous systems. Anthropic has launched Claude Cowork. This is an agentic architecture operating remotely on Anthropic's secure servers. It continues executing complex work in the background even when your laptop is completely closed, while still maintaining direct local file access via a desktop app. Contrast this with Meta's newly announced Muse Spark 1.1. This is a model trained specifically to actively drive computer interfaces, navigate unfamiliar applications, and orchestrate multi-agent systems for latency optimization. And bridging the infrastructure gap, AWS has released Loom, a powerful open-source enterprise platform for managing the full lifecycle of these agents on Amazon Bedrock. The business impact here is profound. We are shifting from AI as a chatbot to AI as an autonomous remote worker. The crucial point for IT architects right now is balancing this immense capability with strict governance. The opportunity is immediate. You can automate massive multi-step code migrations and complex data analytics pipelines. However, the risk is substantial. Unattended autonomous agents actively accessing sensitive local files or making unauthorized network calls is a major threat vector. Your required action? Implement strict frameworks today. Organizations must deploy control planes like AWS Loom to enforce scope-based authorization, identity propagation, and absolutely mandatory human-in-the-loop reviews before any sensitive agentic actions are executed.
Section 2. Multimodal breakthroughs.
In other news, we are tracking massive leaps in real-time multimodal capabilities. OpenAI has effectively killed the turn-based, high-latency walkie-talkie models of the past with a brand-new full-duplex architecture. Their new GPT-Live voice model listens and speaks simultaneously. It entirely eliminates dead air and those awkward robotic pauses. It's constantly re-evaluating, several times per second, whether to speak, listen, or interrupt. Furthermore, it connects directly to the GPT 5.5 model, allowing for real-time web context and heavy reasoning mid-conversation. Make no mistake, this is no longer a novelty. It is a highly deployable interface. Also this week, we saw rapid-fire releases across the visual and mobile ecosystems. ByteDance launched Seedream 5.0 Pro, delivering the kind of high-fidelity infographic generation that is critical for enterprise marketing pipelines. Meta rolled out Muse Image, enabling native, social-centric visual asset creation directly within platforms like Instagram and WhatsApp using self-refining agentic workflows. Notion launched a dedicated iPhone app for its AI agents, effectively pushing workspace automation directly to mobile workforces. And Google integrated Gemini-powered call summaries into its voice AI. For the enterprise, these translate into measurable bottom-line gains in campaign velocity, software development agility, and on-the-go productivity. The enterprise implications of this OpenAI breakthrough are absolutely immediate for customer service automation. The ability to seamlessly interrupt an AI agent and have it organically adjust its reasoning eliminates the primary friction point of legacy automated systems. However, organizations are going to face latency risks if these systems are poorly integrated. Your next step as a technology leader is to utilize the newly released GPT Real-Time 2.1 API to upgrade your developer pipelines. Start piloting these low-latency, tool-calling voice agents within your call centers and internal IT help desks. Section 3. cloud security and governance.
Turning to the security desk, we've got critical updates. Google Cloud has launched Semantic Governance Policies, or SGP. In plain English, this allows your administrators to build a necessary wall around AI workloads using natural language rules, intercepting unauthorized tool calls at runtime without writing a single line of code. SGP executes what is essentially layered intent gating, analyzing proposed actions against your plain text security policies. Administrators can observe these verdicts in a dry run mode within Log Explorer before confidently enforcing them on active agent traffic.
Breaking developments in AWS Security Hub require your attention as well. The platform has introduced network scanning to actively probe resources from the public internet, detecting actual reachability rather than just theoretical misconfigurations. Even more critically for enterprise architecture, Security Hub now natively monitors Microsoft Azure resources. This consolidates cross-cloud vulnerability management, bringing your Azure VMs and container images into the exact same automated workflows and prioritized views as your native AWS environments. To summarize this week's security briefing, the immediate opportunity is to block software supply chain exploits using newly available tools like Google Artifact Guard. But the looming risk, keeping security architects awake at night, is AI context poisoning, where autonomous agents are tricked into unauthorized data exfiltration. The mandatory action for your teams is to establish centralized control planes. A prime example is the new self-hosted Claude Apps Gateway for AWS, which gives organizations strict, centralized control over access, routing inference securely within the private network without ever leaving long-lived secrets sitting on developer machines.
Section 4, Economic Impact and Costs.
Meanwhile, let's shift to the economic impact of these updates. Compute cost is the primary bottleneck for scaling AI, but AWS is drastically cutting management fees for its container services to heavily incentivize AI workloads. We are seeing massive fee reductions for EKS Auto Mode and ECS managed instances, 35% cuts for G-Series GPUs, and a truly staggering 60% reduction for P-Series GPUs and AWS Trainium. This fundamentally alters the unit economics of deploying large-scale AI clusters in the cloud.
Adding to this immense price pressure, xAI just released Grok 4.5. Initial benchmarks and ecosystem integration, particularly with the AI coding environment Cursor, position this model as a specialist for compute-intensive software engineering. What matters most to the enterprise is the commoditization of high-tier intelligence. Grok 4.5 aims to deliver elite-level reasoning at roughly a quarter of historical cloud compute costs. To put that surprising market shift into perspective, it is effectively like renting a data center supercomputer for the hourly rate of a standard laptop. The financial bottom line here requires strict discipline. The opportunity is to reinvest those 60% AWS GPU savings directly into infrastructure optimizations, like EKS Auto Mode's parallel image pulling, to dramatically speed up deployment times. However, the risk is severe. Runaway compute costs generated by unmonitored AI agents endlessly executing background tasks. Organizations must take immediate budgeting actions, enforce automated resource tagging, and implement hard spend caps per user and per group, leveraging tools like AWS Loom for strict, undeniable cost attribution.
Section 5. Future Outlook.
The bigger story emerges when we step back and analyze the aggregate data from this week. We have moved rapidly from the turn-based chatbots of 2023 to the embedded copilots of 2024. But the universal adoption of MCP this week, combined with Anthropic's remote background sessions and Meta's active computer use models, proves we have officially crossed a threshold into the 2026 era, the age of autonomous, interoperable agents. AI is no longer just a tool you prompt, it is a foundational infrastructure layer that operates entirely independently.
Section 6. Your key enterprise action plan. What enterprise leaders need to understand is how to operationalize these massive shifts immediately. Here is your executive roadmap. For interoperability, driven by new MCP standards from players like Sarvam and Looker, your executive action is to mandate the deprecation of custom wrapper code in your development pipelines. For workforce automation, fueled by Claude Cowork and Muse Spark 1.1, you must establish strict AI governance policies detailing exactly what systems these agents are actually authorized to access. And for cloud security, leveraging the new cross-cloud reach of AWS Security Hub and Google's SGP, your security teams must immediately audit cross-cloud network reachability to ensure autonomous agents cannot be exploited to exfiltrate your sensitive data. And that's the news for this week. I will leave you with this final provocative question to bring back to your boardrooms. Is your enterprise infrastructure truly ready to govern AI agents that can now write their own code, independently control employee computers, and dynamically spend your cloud compute budgets? The technology is here, your governance must catch up. If you enjoyed this analysis, subscribe to AI and Cloud Weekly for the latest insights on artificial intelligence, agentic AI, cloud architecture, enterprise innovation, and digital transformation. I'm your host, and this was your AI news for this week.